If you had to line all the apostles up, I get the vibe that for you, Paul is the cornerstone of the whole story.
Well, the reason I think he is somewhat different from what a lot of people say. Some people say that Paul invented Christianity, and that can't be true because Paul was persecuting Christians before he became a Christian. And so if he invented Christianity, he would have had nobody to persecute. So that's not right. And it's not right that he invented the idea that Jesus' death and resurrection brought about salvation, because that's what Christians were saying before him. The thing that made Paul really key, as I argue in this book, is that he realized that followers of Jesus, this Jewish Messiah sent from the Jewish God to the Jewish people, followers of Jesus did not have to become Jewish. You could be a converted pagan and believe in Jesus and in the God of Jesus, but you didn't have to adopt the ways of Judaism. And this realization made it possible for Christianity to move away from being a sect within Judaism to being a worldwide religion. And if that hadn't happened, then Christianity would have ended up with the kind of historical significance of other Jewish sects. And they'd be as historically significant as the Sadducees or the Essenes, which are groups that are important for historians of ancient religion, but they're not exactly the sorts of things people worry about these days. And so he made it possible for Christianity to become what it did, which is the dominant religion of the empire. Paul and Constantine were the two most significant converts in the history of Christianity. And it's an easy case to make with both of them, actually, because without Paul, you wouldn't have had Christianity as a worldwide movement. And Constantine, he was the emperor. This is like the emperor converted.
How do you get from Paul is sending a letter to Corinth, some guidance and instruction, perhaps even correction, to this is a message that should be embraced by the entire world for all of posterity? That's just, it blows your mind.
Well, yeah, probably would have blown his mind too. He certainly had a high view of himself and he had a high view of his authority. But the idea that people would look upon these occasional letters that he wrote as being, given by God, that's quite a shift. But it's because the early Christians who were deciding what is the right thing to believe and what are the right ways to behave, especially in the decades and centuries after Paul, they had to find some authorities to direct their actions and their beliefs. And they ended up saying Paul is the one who directs our actions. And so he takes on a kind of authority that he didn't have in his own day.